How to draft labor rules in Vietnam enterprise. Draft labor rules in Vietnam in accordance with Vietnam Labor Code. In adherence to the stipulations outlined in the Vietnam Labor Code, to draft labor rules in Vietnam that comply is a crucial aspect for employers. There are some important points to cover for employers to draft the labor rules in Vietnam in accordance with Vietnam Labor Code as follows. 1. Mandatory issuance of labor rules. Employers, when employing 10 or more workers, are mandated to draft labor rules in Vietnam enterprise. If the workforce is less than 10, while a written document is not obligatory, an agreement on labor discipline and material responsibilities within the labor contract must be established. 2. Content in labor rules. The content of labor rules must conform to labor laws and related legal provisions when the employers draft labor rules in Vietnam. Key components for employers to consider to draft labor rules in Vietnam is to encompass working hours and breaks, defining normal working hours per day and week, shifts, start and end times of shifts, overtime regulations, if applicable, specific circumstances for overtime, break schedules, rest periods between shifts, weekly days off, annual leave, personal leave, and unpaid leave. Workplace order, specifying the scope of work, movement during working hours, workplace etiquette, adherence to work assignments, and employer-authorized adjustments. Occupational safety and hygiene, detailing responsibilities for compliance with safety and hygiene regulations, fire prevention, usage and storage of personal protective equipment, and workplace hygiene and disinfection measures. Prevention of sexual harassment, establishing measures to prevent and address incidents of sexual harassment at the workplace, along with procedures for handling such cases. Protection of property and business secrets, outlining the inventory of assets, documents, technological secrets, business secrets, and intellectual property. Defining responsibilities and protective measures against infringements. Temporary work relocation, clearly specifying cases where employees may be temporarily reassigned due to production or business needs. Violations of labor discipline and disciplinary measures, providing detailed regulations on violations of labor discipline and the corresponding disciplinary measures for each infraction. Material responsibilities, defining situations where employees are required to compensate for damages caused by damaging equipment, exceeding material consumption norms, or unauthorized use of materials. Determining the level of compensation corresponding to the degree of damage. Authorized personnel for labor discipline handling, designating the personnel authorized to enter into labor contracts on behalf of the employer or individuals specifically identified in the labor rules. 3. Consultation with employee representatives. Prior to issuing or amending labor rules, employers must seek the opinions of the representative organization of employees at the grassroots level, where applicable. 4. Dissemination and notification. After issuance, the labor rules must be sent to each representative organization of employees at the grassroots level, if any, and communicated to all employees. Additionally, key content must be posted at necessary locations within the workplace. Ensuring that labor rules are not only in compliance with legal standards but also considerate of employee well-being is paramount when the employers draft labor rules in Vietnam. Employers should approach the drafting process meticulously, seeking feedback from employee representatives, and disseminating the rules effectively to create a transparent and harmonious work environment. Why draft labor rules in Vietnam is important. To draft labor rules in Vietnam to align with the Vietnam Labor Code requires careful consideration of various factors to ensure legal transparency environment. Here are some various